just looking at a video of some of the people on this forum here, this one dude in particular actually, who thinks he's a Chinese, but he's actually a Naiji. And one of the things I said to her was, oh my goodness, no way, right? And one of the things that came out of me just as far as the descriptive why, like, you gotta be kidding me, was like, he's not actually a B.A.M now. We've met this before. He has B.A.M potential. He has a B.A.M waiting to happen. So then I made an analogy to her. She said, why is it she likes the B.A.M so much?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is it? And I said, it's the feral quality. Mm-hmm. And so basically there's a spectrum of feralness. And there are different degrees. It's kind of like, for Naiji dudes, it's a lot like the silverback ape. Like, the spectrum of feralness, at some point, there's a distinctive change of like the back silvering. For Naiji, they do the beard thing. There's a reason for this, and she's saying why she finds it appealing. You do as well. It's because the feralness, which implies often HSP, independence of mind. And this is different than independence of mind, because it actually involves the other. Wild. They're wilder.
Yeah.
So, on the spectrum of that, I was like, well, what am I? So, like, because actually, I'm above B.A.M. We actually like the braid and everything like that. So, I have at least a couple spectrums here. There is feral, and I guess under feral there would be sub-feral or suppressed feral. Like, you can tell they want to be feral, but they just haven't embraced it a lot. And then, like him, he's like sub-feral moving into feral, I think. Yeah, he's a little nudge, then he's all in. He's got the flannel shirt, looks like he's like Kirk Cabron's, whatever his name is, like cousin or something. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. So, like, you know, like, dude, you will be a B.A.M someday. Someday you will be a B.A.M. So basically, as the data keeps coming in, we notice these various phenomenon, the faux zen, the B.A.M, different things. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay.
Flavors of Naiji, I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's a really good thing, just because Jonathan's already done a lot of that. And I think there's just tons of it keeps unfolding. As we see more samples, it's like, wow, more cool trending patterns come up.
Yeah.
I think cool trending patterns that dating is showing us would be appealing to them. Anyone, one of them is, of course, that once you ladies get out there and start talking about like Naiji and how you Naiji love them, yada yada. What you guys think of Naiji, you've seen it already, and this is with a gay Naiji, that they're going to care very greatly about how they're doing. So one of the things is the feral quality. This would be one that if I was to coach a Naiji female, which I'll be doing, how to size up Naiji. This is this actually is a good gradient of the feralness relates a lot to HSP, and HSP relates a lot to talent. It's pretty much like that. And the reason it relates is it's HSP and independent mind. Those are two things that go together. And I guess so. Basically, like they're very, very sensitive on the V and super independent minded. It goes with it feels like being branded. For example, as humans, we're not supposed to we're not built to shave. I mean, we do that because it's actually convenient and adds certain look, aesthetics and so forth, but like, there's no reason to do that except you would feel like it. It's not technically required being a human male. If you look at our evolutionary thing and the way we work and everything, our face is telling us that you are actually wired to have facial hair.
Right.
So if you don't want to have facial hair, that's like a personal choice. That's how Naiji feels. I don't like being Romanized. That's a kind of Naiji thing where like males who are like power males are supposed to go with the shorn hair and the clean shaven, or just some sort of stupid state trooper mustache or something. Do you know what I mean? Naiji are like, first of all, I don't like that. It feels like being branded. And also just, it feels stupid. Like, it's actually a continuation, which happens as you get older with the facial hair, but actually it starts earlier on where you just are doing projects, and it really comes from this, and you're doing a project with a lot of it's Pauly Jr. You do a lot of projects and they go big on the nigh, you let the V just kind of and you come back to it and you clean the shop up once the project's over. In between project start and finish, that's just stupid. It's a distraction. I'm a fucking genius doing a Mona Lisa here, and you're asking me to clean up my stencils. I mean, fuck you. I mean, that's just stupid. So the beard is kind of a continuation of that. Like, oh, you're looking a little grungy. Dude, I'm working on a really huge problem. Do I look like I have time for that? And the fact you even bring it up just makes me think you're stupid. So there's a lot of that too, of like, that's just, you see like the guy that might have zeros. I can tell you he's a nice guy, but he has an opinion of like, if you'd say that to him, it just immediately says you're stupid to me.
Yeah, totally.
Because Naiji know that it really comes from the power of vision. So if I have the right answers and the right vision, then you should be listening to what I'm saying to you and not this. Also, HSP is just a problem. It is. And you'll notice that a lot of the really powerful Naiji wear sunglasses a lot, wear hats a lot, have beards a lot. And the reason is, it's a way of not having to zai up. Basically, you can still be more like you really are, but have kind of like a mask on.
Right.
Do you mean a way of keeping a barrier between you and them?
Totally.
So that
takes less energy than zaiing up.
It does. So it's a direct correlation to their HSP and how much they've accepted their HSP and not try to suppress it. They're like, okay, I am HSP, so I hide some. Also, I like being in my head, and I don't like having to bother with details. To the point, and this is spiritual, that's why. The B.A.M is actually very spiritual. You'll notice that a lot of shamanic traditions have things where you're not supposed to cut your hair, or bathe, or talk. It's weird things, and it sounds funny. It's energy conservation. Naiji thought of all this shit, almost certainly, is most of it. And I can tell you, because I've done all that kind of stuff, and the reason is, it's energy conservation. You simply don't want anything. I like the apartment. I mean, it'd be cool, actually, if someone could help me clean it up. When I'm actually in a thinking mode, it takes a long time for the circle to come back around. Every time you do any kind of V, you have to start over from scratch. So you notice a lot of Naiji who do this, the feralness, you'll see this even before they have the beard. They start having outfits that are like really easy to maintain. They're like, they don't tend to put either too much thought in it or a lot. They'll either fetish on it fashion-wise, or they'll go with, I don't do that. Because that's what I do. I go, I don't do that. And at some point, when I have a lot of money and people, and so I'll switch to, I do that like this. But pretty much they either like, I'm going to skip that, or I'm going to crush everyone. So basically, unless people are going to go, damn, look at his billion-dollar suits, looking like a Afghan turban terrorist with turtlenecks and shit. I mean, if I'm not going to do that, then I'm not going to do it at all. So basically, they tend to either, I'm going to play my comic book character that's in my head in real life, or I'm going to check out. And this is more ferocious. I'm not going to check out and believe that I'm actually out with Zai. I'm not going to go throw Zen. And I'm not going to check out and not let you know it. I want to disabuse you of confusion. The beard helps a lot with that. When people walk up to a bearded person, they immediately think this person either doesn't work or has a strange job, or because otherwise, if you had something normal, you would be shaving. I mean, that's just and so you'll kind of know some Naiji will actually go out their way, like I've done, to grow their beard really big, just to show people they can do it, just to show I live a lifestyle and I carry myself in such a way that I can do that. So yeah, the beard actually has a lot of things overlapping about the Naiji character that tend to mean that when you see it, it's going to be a stronger one for a multitude of reasons.
Totally.
So some gradations. You first have just feralness. Feralness is actually like the pre-beard. That's when you just notice that they tend to go stubbly. You'll see a lot of this with people who've been kind of like a little bit broken by the system and they're actually working and whatnot, is they will actually on purpose from like, say, Friday afternoon or actually Thursday afternoon, see if you can get away not shaving on Friday and like stretch it all the way out to like Sunday night and then only shave Monday morning. You'll notice like the feralness, like the Incredible Hulk is trying to escape the feral power. And you'll notice also, again, it goes with the faux zen. That's also usually goes with flannel shirts, jeans, hiking boots. It can also go later on at higher levels with power suits of a certain kind, and it denotes something tribal. The beard denotes a Naiji who's very comfortable with their Ji. You know what I mean? Because, like that guy, he thought he was a Chinese, but which is off, but he didn't know he was values-based. In fact, he thinks his values lead, so that backs what I'm saying. The beard tends to be more Naiji who are like,
relating to
I know I'm sensitive, fuck you. You know what I mean? The beard and that have very much a correlation as far as the personality.
That's so true.
And I like those type, and they're almost always the stronger ones. Even Einstein, who had his own thing because he didn't do the beard. The hair.
The hair, yeah.
The hair.
There's the hair.
The wild mane of hair. Yeah, a mane. Basically, Naiji like to grow manes, either on the face and the hair, whatever, but they like to demonstrate, like, start over from scratch when you look at me, like if you walked over the hill and ran into a fucking jaguar. how much would you size it up? Size me up like that. Look in my eyes. Watch me. Hear what I'm saying to you. That's, you know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, the gradations. The trying to get out thing. The second one you'll see is like the light B.A.M. We'll call it fuzzy B.A.M. The fuzzy B.A.M. is sort of like an extension of the person who's trying to like make the weekend longer. Is they actually take vacations, and you'll notice that when they take vacations, they on purpose do not shave the entire length of the vacation. You know what I mean? Like they enjoy the thrill of actually getting to go caveman and not have to do that bullshit for however long they're on vacation, 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever. But as long as they're on vacation, they'll notice like, I don't have to shave. Okay, that's indication. That's fuzzy B.A.M. He's growing stronger now. And it's like they cut him off. He's getting bigger and stronger. Next, you actually have full-on B.A.M., which is, yeah, I do that. Because the other two you can kind of explain away. You're like, oh, it's just the weekend. Right. Or, oh, I felt like being lazy on my vacation. At some point, you're like, I just do that. You either actually show up as a B.A.M. at like some office and you can get away with that, or you actually just change your job or do whatever you can do because I need to do this. It's like a symbol. It's a badge of I need to go my own way. One of the first things you run into when you want to go your own way, ironically, is like stupid shit. I'm sure of like how you do your hair and whatnot, what you're wearing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm sure ladies know that how you dress different days, completely different reactions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so on the spectrum, you actually have fuzzy B.A.M. Then you actually have a B.A.M. From a B.A.M. you actually have what seems to come up next is B.A.M. Kensei, and then you have B.A.M. Kensei Master, and that's what I am right now. And I'm actually looking to graduate into the final form, which is the Power B.A.M. Often portrayed in many a movie as both the hero or the villain, and they both either way, which is like the Euro terrorist look, which is they're completely feral with money. So yeah, that's like the high level one. It's like he went off in the woods and get all feral, but then came back with an army. That is the Power B.A.M. Genghis Khan, Power B.A.M.